Alright, so for our experiment number 7, this time, we'll now be dealing about introduction to C programming. So, these are the basic objectives kasi introduction pa lang naman tayo, 'di ba? You have to learn the basic ng C language. Gagamit po tayo ng printf and then scanf. So, these are two mainly used functions kapag tayo po ay nagsi-C program. And then, syempre, wag natin kalimutan yung importance ng paggawa ng algorithm and flowchart for us to use in programming applications that we have. Then, iti-teach ko rin sa inyo how to design, compile, test, run, and implement basic C language program. Meron ako dito na basic discussion lang about C language para magkaroon lang tayo ng idea, ng background about the programming language that we're going to use. C is a general purpose programming language and it started to run under Unix environment. And then si Dennis Ritchie, he was the one who invented the C programming language at AT&T Bell Laboratories. Kung familiar po tayo sa Pascal, ganun lang din yung C. It's a functional programming language. It is aimed in designing and developing operating systems, compilers, interpreters, database software, and even embedded intelligence programs. Kasi as you know, yung higher version or upgraded version ng C ay C++. So I think the time naman can still permit us para makapag-proceed pa rin naman tayo sa C++. These are the data types. So napakahalaga na kapag nagpo-program tayo, alam natin yung mga data types na ginagamit. So, nakita nyo rito sa table, nilist ko na dito yung mga variable types, keywords, batch required, and then the range. Pag sinabi natin na keyword, ito yung ginagamit natin na syntax kapag kinocode na natin siya sa C program. And then, yung description niya, yung variable type. So, ang dami niyan, pero just to make it clear lang, yung commonly used lang na gagamitin din naman natin is the char for the character, int for the integer, and then float kapag gusto natin gumamit ng with decimal places. So yun lang, yun yung tatlo na commonly used. Kapag medyo mahaba yung kailangan natin na input from the user or processing, pwede tayong gumamit ng mga double. Kapag may consideration ka dun sa sign, whether negative, you are considering negative values, saka siya gumagamit ng mga signed. Pero in our case, ang common na gagamitin lang talaga natin char, int, at saka float. Doon lang talaga tayo iikot. So yung first step that you need to learn is how to declare variable, 'di ba? So before you can use a variable, you have to tell the compiler about it by declaring it and telling the compiler about what its type. Kasi syempre, 'di ba, pinoprogram mo siya, you are communicating with the computer in a language na maunawaan niya. So alam natin na machine language, machine code yung naintindihan niya. So we have to instruct the computer what to do. In order for us to do that, we have to declare first the variable that we'll be using. So we have two types on how to do that. This is the syntax. Yung una, we can do individual declaration. Sabi ko kanina, we have data types int, float, char, diba? And then these are the variable names. We have the sum, area, and then letter. Take note doon sa naming convention kapag nagdi-declare tayo ng variables. Usually, we always start with letter. Pero pwede naman na combination ng letters and numbers. And then we have to enclose that or it has to be delimited by semicolon. Sa dulo, lagi merong semicolon when we do individual declaration. And then when we do naman group declaration, so we can use comma, just like this one. Ibig sabihin nito, yung N1, N2, sum at saka difference, lahat sila ay of data type integer. So isa na lang yung semicolon and then they are separated by comma. Si float, ganun din, web area, Fahrenheit, Celsius, and then division, delimited by semicolon. Ayan. So, meron ako mga simple programs dito. Ayan. And for you to easily see that, nag-prepare na rin ako ng outputs for that. Ayan. Ayan. So, katulad nito, di ba yung example ko dito, yeah, you can just simply edit naman or copy this to this one. kung gusto natin na i-change. So dito, makikita natin, although may explanation din yan dito, allow me to explain na lang right dun sa code. Bago ako pumunta dito, nag-file nyo muna ako, file new source file. Yan, kasi baka mamaya, first time ang gumamit ng Dev C++, nag-file new lang ako doon, source file. Sa mga online compiler, direct mo nang itatype yung code and isi-save mo na lang siya, then i-compile. So, dito makikita natin yung first line natin, meron tayong nakalagay na hashtag include stdio.h. Ibig sabihin nito, standard input output. Ang tawag dito ay header file preprocessor command. So, andito yung mga library para magamit mo yung mga function na gusto mong gamitin sa code mo. In our case, meron tayong printf, meron tayong getchar. So, kailangan natin ng standard input output na header file. And then, ito naman yung ating main body of data type int. Pwede ring void ito kung wala naman tayong i-return na value. Then, meron tayong beginning end. So, lagi may ganyan after the main body. And then, ang purpose nito is to print. Ipiprint mo lang sa screen yung Northwestern University. Ibig sabihin ng /n new line. And then, get char para mag-retain lang sa screen kung ano yung pinarint natin. Then return 0, ibig sabihin yan, we're not returning any value. Okay. So, paano ko siya i-run? Dito lang execute, compile, and run. Yan. So, ito na. Yan. When you press enter, then lalabas doon, return value na 0. So, when you make report, halimbawa, ito yung report na kailangan mo. So, pwede kang gumamit ng snipping tool. Yan. Pagsamahin mo na siya para kita ko na agad isang screenshot yung code at saka yung simulation results. Okay. Yung pangalawang example ko, yan. Dito, nakita mo, naging dalawa na yung header file ko. Meron akong standard lib or standard library.h kasi gagamit ako ng system pos. Again, yung standard input-output ginagamit natin for functions like printf, scanf. Then, ganun uli, meron akong main body. And then, remember, we have your group declaration, diba? So, dineclare ko yung sum, n1 at saka n2. Kasi in purpose ko, I'll be asking two input numbers from the user. Gagamit ako ng %d, ibig sabihin yan digit. Since naka-integer ito, gagamit ako ng %d. Kapag character, %c. Pwede rin akong gumamit ng %i. And then ampersand n1, ampersand n2. Ibig sabihin yan, i-store niya yung input ng user sa n1 at saka sa n2. And then, I'll be getting the summation of the two input from the users. Then, ipiprint ko sa screen, the sum is %d, sum. Ibig sabihin nitong sum, yung nakuha mo ditong value, yun yung ilalagay niya dito sa %d. And then, system pos for your output to retain on the screen and then return the value 0. Again, execute, compile, and run. So, input tayo ng input sa user. 1, 2. So, ang sum niya ay 3. Yan. So, ganun lang. Again, integer yung kailangan natin na input from the user. Yung pangatlo kong example, yan. So, this time, meron pa rin akong standard input-output, standard library. Gumamit naman ako ng hashtag define, pi 3.1416. Sabihin niyan, dinefine ko si variable pi na sa lahat ng makikita niya dito na pi, ang value nun ibig sabihin ay 3.1416. And then meron ulit akong main body, dineclare ko si r as integer, si a as float. Bakit? Kasi I'm getting the area. So kapag ko yung area, expected ko may decimal notation yung output ko. So ang gagamitin ko float, hindi integer. Then magpapa-enter ako ng radius from the user, scan ko ulit yung input ng user, then I will be getting the formula, diba? A is equal to pi times r square. Kaya pi times r. And then dito, sabi dito, the area is %5.2f slash NA. Yung 5 dito, ibig sabihin yung whole number. Yung whole number, ang maximum niya ay 5. Then ang decimal places lang niya ay 2. In some reference, pwede hindi mo na ito lagyan ng 5. Pwede naman na 0.2 lang yon kung hindi mo concern yung whole number part. Then, ipopos ulit natin sa screen. So, again, when we execute, compile, and run, ayan, so input tayo ng radius. And then we get the area of 12.57. Nakita nyo, 2 decimal places. Yung last example ko before we proceed with the activity, ayan, so ganun pa rin, may standard input-output, standard library, meron akong inputs from the user, Q1, Q2, Q3 kasi I'm getting the 3 quizzes, then I'll be getting the average. So float po yun. So napansin nyo, tatlo na yung percent dito, then tatlo din yung aking Q1, Q2, Q3, then I'll be getting the average divide by 3, then gusto ko tatlong decimal places. Alright, so when we execute, compile and run, sample 95, 73, 79. So yun, nakapasa pa rin. Pero napansin nyo, tatlong decimal places. 82.0000 kasi nang sinet natin dito. 0.3 for the output. Ayan. So, yung mga in-explain ko kanina, andito rin naman lahat yon. So, you can read through doon sa experiment 7 na binigay ko. So, yun po yon yung mga dinemo ko sa inyo kanina. So, ang gagawin mo lang, we have simple 4 activities. Yung una, create a program that simply converts the input peso into its equivalent US dollar, real, and yen exchange rates. Siyempre, yung exchange rate will depend kung ano yung available doon sa internet nung time na tayo po ay nag-code. Indicate mo na lang. Pwede ka pala maglagay ng comment ha. So, pwede kang gumamit ng double backslash yan or slash asterisk, ganyan. Yan. Pwede kang gumamit ng comments ha para kung gusto mong i-indicate yung conversion rate. And then yung number 2 natin, gagawa ka lang ng program that will simply compute for your grade using below grading system. So we have the average of laboratory activities 20%, final reports 20%, project 1 15%, project 2 15%, practical exam 30%. So syempre, yung average ng lab activities, kailangan may input ka 2 or more input from the user pati dun sa final reports. Dito, tigi-tigisa lang na input from the user. Yung number 3 naman, input ka ng 4 na numbers and then you have to work out their sum, average, and sum of the squares of the numbers. And then yung last, given as input a floating real number of centimeters, print out the equivalent number of feet, integer, and inches floating with 1 decimal, with the inches given to an accuracy of 1 decimal place. So assume 2.50 per centimeters per inch and 12 inches per foot. If the input value is 333.3, the output format should be 333.3 centimeters is 10 feet and 11.2 inches. So ito po yung target natin na output, sample output dialog for exercise number 4. Thank you very much.